Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Ajmal bin Muhammad Nasim and we are from Group 1 Tutorial 2. And today we are going to present about Chapter 1, Managing Today. Let's start with understanding what an organization is. An organization is a deliberate collection of people who come together to achieve a specific purpose. For example, global companies like Petronas, Mercedes, and Tesla are all organizations that operate with specific goals and missions in mind. They bring people together to achieve common objectives and drive progress. Now let's look at three key elements that every organization has: goal, people, and structure. First, goal. This is something that the organization works together to achieve. For instance, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, might set a goal like achieving 20 to 30% sales growth or launching a new electric vehicle model. Second, people. These are the individuals working in the organization. They are responsible for making decisions and taking part in activities to achieve the organization's goals. Lastly, structure. This refers to how job roles, titles, and responsibilities are organized within the company. An organizational structure helps clarify who reports to whom and who has the authority to make certain decisions.
Hi, my name is Putri Damya and I will be discussing question number 2, which is roles define the managers. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Discuss what you think managers do. I disagree with this statement because despite of playing crucial roles in managing, which is planning, organizing, leading, and also controlling, a good manager should bring out their own good personal qualities as an example to the others, while being expected to do what managers should do. Their personality, skills, and also behavior are what really define them. Not only that, anyone can be given the same responsibilities about their roles, but it is also important to take into account on how they are going to carry out their responsibilities, their decision making ability, leadership style, or communication skills between the others. Furthermore, mostly managers will shape their own roles based on the needs of the job and also the other team workers. What managers do. Mainly, there are four major roles, which are firstly planning, manager define goals, establishing strategy and developing plans to coordinate activities. Secondly, organizing, which is managers determine what needs to be done, how it will be done, and who are going to do it. Thirdly, leading. Managers directing and coordinating the work activities of an organization's people. Lastly, controlling, which is manager monitor activities to ensure that they are accomplished as planned. But I do believe that there are more roles other than the major ones. Some of them are solve problem and make decisions. Secondly, act as a bridge between teammates to navigate them to work things out. And lastly, communicates well in several ways, either giving them direction or motivating them.
Hello, my name is Maria Sofia and today I'll be presenting question 1.3. In today's environment, which is more important to organization, efficiency or effectiveness? Before I state my choice, let me explain the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness. Effectiveness is the degree to which something is successful in producing results, while efficiency is the state or quality of being efficient. Which is more important to organization? In today's environment, effectiveness holds greater significance than efficiency because the effectiveness is outcome goal oriented and emphasizes more on the outcome rather than the process, while efficiency is the process oriented, which is optimize the time, cost, and effort. Effectiveness is the key for the organization whether the result is achieved and get a successful outcome, while efficiency support effectiveness, ensuring resources are used wisely. For an example, in the automobile industry, the effectiveness is when automobile manufacturer achieves effectiveness by conducting market research to understand consumer preference, leading to production of vehicles that are reliable, affordable, and aesthetically appealing. While efficiency, implementing lean manufacturing techniques such as just-in-time inventory system to minimize waste and reduce the production costs.
Hi, my name is Ayan and I'll be presenting discussion question 1.4, which is, are there any difference in manager functions for a for-profit organization and a not-for-profit organizations? The answer is yes, and we can see the biggest difference is in the purpose itself. For-profit organization purpose is to maximize profit to be distributed to the stakeholders and the owners, while not-for-profit organizations, their purpose is to fund itself with the profit that they retain. To make it simple, I'll explain the difference in major functions using universities for an example. First of all, we have planning. For-profit university planning focuses on how to offer good programs that attract students, which are the paying customers, and not-for-profit university, their planning focuses on how to offer good quality education. Secondly, we have organizing. For-profit university organize their resources to deliver this program efficiently, while not-for-profit university, they organize their resources for scholarships, learning, and research. Thirdly, we have leading. For-profit university leads their employees to meet enrollment target and financial goals, while not-for-profit university leads their team with mission-driven purpose, such as advancing knowledge and make education accessible for all. And lastly, we have controlling. For-profit university controls their costs and checks to make sure that they maintain a good margin profit, while not-for-profit university, they control their funds to make sure that they were used wisely.
So next, I'm Nuri Najah will be presenting the answer for question 1.5. So firstly, I will read the question. Using any of the popular business periodicals such as Bloomberg Businessweek, Fortune, Wall Street Journal, Fast Company, find examples of managers doing of each of the four management function and write up description and explain how these are examples of that function. So first of all, in order for you to respond to this question, you must firstly know the four management function, which is the first one is planning, second one is leading, third one is organizing, and the last but not least is controlling. Okay, so next I will be explaining about the examples of managers doing for management function planning. So one of the example that I took is from Wall Street Journal, which is about McKinsey responses in addressing the impacts of the President Trump tariffs. So this is one of the hot issue right now, and according to Yuval Atzman, the CEO of McKinsey and Company, which also known as a global management consulting firm, that 10% tariff increase by the President Trump himself on all countries that will be take effect on 5th April 2025, which is, yes, it is a current issue, which is causing the instability of corporate profit growth due to geopolitical risks, supply chain disruption, and also rising costs. Well, in response, how McKinsey addressing the impacts of the President Trump's tariff is by stepping up their efforts in assisting their clients regarding the geopolitics and supply chain concern approach that they already took during the COVID-19 pandemic. And why I took this example as management function planning is that you need to understand the meaning behind planning is it involves the setting goals and deciding on effective ways to achieve those goals, which including the formulating plans and strategy. And this approach made by McKinsey clearly demonstrates planning as the managerial function, as they forecast and the potential challenges such as geopolitical risk, supply chain disruption, and rising costs as a result from the 10% tariff increased by the President Trump on all nations. In addition, McKinsey also formulates strategy in addressing these casualties by stepping up their efforts in supporting their clients. So next I'll be explaining the example for the management function organizing, and one of the example that I took it's from Mediasport and also PR Newswire. So basically it's about the appointment of Georgine Huang as general manager of Fortune Analytics. Well, basically, Fortune Media appointed the digital entrepreneur and the former financial data executive Georgine Huang as the general manager of Fortune Analytics. So basically, she will carry out, from what I've read, that she will create and carry out like GTM, which is known as go-to-market strategies for Fortune's iconic list, and including Fortune 500 and Fortune Global 500, where she will be working with her other colleagues across the global to create like a organization industry leading business lists and data insights. Well, why management function organizing is suitable with this kind of example is that organizing emphasizes on task identification, resource allocation, and activity coordination to guarantee effective and efficient operation carried out by an organization. Well, Georgine Huang's newly appointed role as a general manager in Fortune
analytics department clearly demonstrate the organizing management as an organizing manager function, as her tasks including to guide the establishment and expansion of Fortune's iconic list and rankings alongside with her colleagues over the world, which clearly defines that her job includes coordinating efforts between her colleagues and structuring the resources to ensure a smooth performances of an organization. Next, I'll be explaining about the example of management function leading, and one example that I took is from Fortune, which is about ways Warren Buffett selecting the best leaders. So if you don't know, Warren Buffett is actually the CEO of the Berkshire Hathaway, and in one of his interviews, he mentioned that to be a good leader, it requires a clear vision to lead an organization to achieve its goals and also inspire the employees to move towards to that direction. And his effective leadership skills have contributed to Berkshire Hathaway's long-term success in the industry. So, basically, you should know the meaning behind leading first in order for you to connect why this management function leading is suitable for this kind of example. So leading is basically involves encouraging and guiding employees to achieve organization goals. Well, it requires managers to communicate clearly, inspire, and establish positive and productive atmosphere at work. Well, Warren Buffett's story clearly demonstrates that leading as manager function, because he states that you have to have a clear vision of where you're going so that you can get the others to follow you. So it means that he states to have a good leadership skills in guiding the organization towards the goal. You must have a clear vision to lead the employees towards that direction, as I mentioned now. And only then you can sustain yourself in the industry for the long term. So that's why these examples clearly reflects the clearly reflects the management function of leading. Okay, so last but not least is that I will be explaining the management function controlling. So one of the example that I took is from the Wall Street Journal, which is about Josh Line, who is known as a Yahoo Chief Marketing Officer. Basically, he monitors and modifies Yahoo's branding approach to restore its significance. Well, the story it begins that Josh Line, as a Yahoo Chief Marketing Officer, basically has been given a responsibility to bringing back Yahoo's brand back to its cultural significance. Well, his strategy is to be evaluating recent brand perceptions, putting marketing efforts into action, and monitoring the effectiveness of those efforts to guarantee alignment with Yahoo goals. Well, why the controlling fits well with this example is because controlling involves monitoring performances and evaluating efforts and progress, as well as taking corrective action to guarantee that the objectives are met. Well, efforts made by Josh Line in bringing Yahoo's brand back to its cultural significance clearly demonstrates that controlling as a manager function, as he ensures that his efforts align with Yahoo's goal, which by monitoring the effectiveness of those efforts that he's gonna put into an action. So that's all from me. I will be passing my presentation to the next person.
Good day everyone, my name is Teja and I will be presenting my 10-point summary on case study 1 titled Training Better Managers, which is mainly about how Walmart tackles management training in order to maintain its competitiveness. The case study begins by explaining how Walmart is the largest retail company with over 11,700 retail units in over 28 countries, as well as 2.3 million associates globally. Their most recent revenue exceeds $400 billion and their profits exceed $10 billion, which further emphasizes their success. However, Walmart's success does not keep them from their controversies, which also brings me to my third point, where Walmart mainly faces controversies when it comes to employee treatment, specifically sick leaves as well as wage policies. However, the case study continues on to talk about how Walmart established Walmart Academy in 2016 in order to train lower level managers, as well as to create a consistently positive in-store shopping experience. Since 2016, there's been over 150,000 store supervisors as well as department managers that have been trained in over 100 Walmart academies across the United States. These week-long trainings mainly emphasizes on advanced retail skills as well as managerial skills. Of course, the retail skills include merchandising, ordering, as well as inventory control, whereas managerial skills include better communication and employee motivation. The case study continues on to explain how the retailing industry has started facing great pressure from online sellers, especially Amazon, which forces retailers to maintain in-store customers from moving to online platforms to buy their items. Walmart, being one of the retail companies that faces this pressure, decided to use well-trained as well as engaged workforce to induce a pleasant on-site shopping experience for its customers to prevent them from moving to online platforms. This commitment by Walmart is proven by their investment of $2.7 billion alone in employee training and wage increment, which the case study emphasizes is a stark contrast compared to a lot of companies that does not even emphasize on these trainings. Statistics show that by neglecting this training, it brings a lot of drawbacks, such as 26% of new managers feel unprepared, whereas more than half receive no transition training and almost half of them fail in transition. To conclude, this case mainly hints at how management training may lead to the success of retail companies in the retail industry, and how Walmart's significant investment shows how they commit towards this training, which might actually be the cause of their success. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurina Batrisha. So I will be presenting the discussion questions for case 1. So the first question is, why would a company want employees in lower level management positions to be more successful in their career? So based on case 1, Walmart is one of the most largest retailer in the US, which they relies on the lower level managers to ensure smooth day-to-day operations across their 11,700 units globally. So by investing in their growth, I have 3 points here. The first one, Walmart can drive employee motivation and engagement, which this will inspire associate and also boosting their productivity towards the company. And it will also help them feel valued with the reducing turnover and encouraging loyalty to stay with the company. Next is foster leadership development. This is to ensure a robust talent pool for future higher level leadership positions. And this also will ensure sustainability of Walmart's annual revenue, which is $485.3 billion. Lastly is maintaining operational consistency, which it can drive overall success for Walmart, and it will also uphold a consistency positive in-store experience, which is very vital for competing against online retailers such as Amazon. Next question, 1.11. What benefits and challenges do you see to a training program such as this? Here are 3 benefits of a training program. The first one is enhancing skill sets. This is where the managers can gain practical knowledge and ability to lead teams and also handle complex tasks. In Walmart Academy, they equip over 150,000 department managers with retail and managerial expertise such as inventory control and also effective communication. Next is competitive advantage. This is where Walmart invested around $2.7 billion in training counters the challenges posed by online retailers like Amazon by delivering excellent in-store experiences. The last one is standardized customer experience, which training more than 100 academies across the United States ensures Walmart's operational runs uniformly. And for the challenges, the first one is cost and resources, which is where Walmart established and running over 100 Walmart Academy programs across multiple locations can be really expensive and also intensive. The next one is resistant to change. This is where managers might struggle to adapt to new strategies and it will impact their effectiveness of the company. The last one is pressure from competitor, where online retailers continue to challenge Walmart to maintain customer loyalties, which will also add stress to the managers. Next question is 1.12. What additional managerial topics might you suggest be covered in the Walmart Academy training program? Some of the additional managerial topics that can be covered in the training program, which is planning, leading, and controlling. So for planning, managers need to plan effectively to keep their operations smooth and deal with unexpected challenges like supply issues. And teaching them advanced supply chain management will help them ensure products that are always available. Other than that, financial analysis training will also help them spend wisely with balancing costs and resources to meet the company goals. Next one, leading. Managers should lead in a way that builds a strong and motivated team. So training on a diversity and inclusion will help them create a positive work environment for everyone. Crisis management skills will prepare them to handle emergencies confidently, with keeping the store running smoothly even during difficult situations. And lastly, for controlling, managers needs a tool to monitor and improve their team performances. For example, training them using KPIs, which is key performance indicators. It will help them measure success and also make a better decision for the company. And feedback systems will also help managers address customer complaints quickly, and it will definitely improve services and the satisfaction. That is all for me. Thank you.
A company like Walmart could attract talented graduates by, first, getting their best people to engage with students. A charismatic and influential person can inspire people easily. The top performers usually have the best stories to share that are able to leave an impact on the students. With this, students are more likely to feel trust and inspired by someone who is successful and will want to follow in their footsteps. Not only that, the person can also showcase the internal growth opportunities in leadership role. Second, provide a structured career path. Talented graduates usually think far ahead of their career. Having a structured career path will help these graduates to know where they can go from here. A clear and reachable milestones will help graduates set personal and professional goals, and at the same time, they will stay motivated knowing that their growth is measured and supported. Third, offering a mentorship programs. Mentorship programs are very valuable because they can help support and guide graduates. Transitioning from university to work may be hard for certain people, and having this program will definitely attract a lot of people. Mentors help ease this shift by giving their insights and guidance. Mentors can also be a coach on both technical skills and soft skills like communication and time management to further help this graduate to develop their career. Not only that, this program will form a bond of mutual trust between them and can help with employee retention. That's all from me for question 113. Thank you. Second question 114. Does the organization have an ethical responsibility to assist new manager as they transition into their new roles? Why or why not? To answer that question, yes, the organization does have an ethical responsibility to assist new manager as they transition into their roles. This is because, first, newly given authority. Managers need to know how to use their authority properly to ensure a positive work environment. New and unprepared managers have the possibility to make bad decisions that can affect the employees negatively. It will lower the team's morale and reduce productivity. By assisting new managers as they transition, the organization also protects others in the team. Hence why it is an ethical responsibility to the organization to protect everyone. Second, long term sustainability. Having a good manager is very valuable to an organization. After interviewing multiple candidates and having found the best, it is important for the organization to help set them up for success. Their success is not only for themselves, but it can also help sustain the organization in the long run. After they succeed, if the organization assists their managers properly, they will feel grateful and indebted to the organization and will stay loyal and maintain trust. Third, unsupported managers transition. Managers' work often require a lot of decision making, and therefore, without any guidance, the newly appointed manager can easily fail, forcing the new managers to figure out everything out on their own. Will often lead to failure. This approach is not just risky, but is also highly unethical because the manager's career will fail and waste the potential of what the new manager can be if assisted properly. Therefore, it is the organization's ethical responsibility to use their resources properly and not to waste this valuable workforce. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, today I'll be presenting on case study 2, which is managing without managers, and this case study mainly centers around Spotify. So, as you know, Spotify completely transformed how we consume music. Instead of buying individual songs, they have created this sort of subscription plan where we can now stream unlimited amount of music per subscription model instead of buying each song separately. Internally, Spotify's success is driven by how it operates. Unlike traditional companies, Spotify adopts a flat organizational structure to boost speed and flexibility instead of the classic bureaucracy. So by doing so, decisions are made faster and they can adapt quicker to any changes in society. Another unique feature of Spotify is their use of squads. What are squads? Squads are these teams that are small and cross-functional, and they are similar to small startups, and they mainly focus on a specific feature or service. They are mainly autonomous and they are self-managed. So, which brings us to this title of Managing Without Managers. They are guided by product owner responsible for task prioritization across the whole squad. Spotify's internal structure goes beyond squads. They have things like chapters, guilds, and tribes. What are chapters? Chapters are employees with similar skills across squads that are grouped together. They have a more traditional managerial role to take care of things like responsibility, career development, and even pay. On the other hand, squads working on related areas are grouped into tribes. And tribes help coordinate efforts between squads. However, they're not encouraged to rely on each other to keep all of them more dependent. But they do exist to help each other. They are not fully independent. On the other hand, we have guilds, and these are cross-tribe groups that connect people who share similar interests or expertise. And they're more informal and less strict. And their main objective is to share knowledge and innovations. While Spotify's entire model promotes freedom, it also comes with its drawbacks, where it is the misuse of that freedom and also the lack of control. However, the entire model is still quite self-sufficient, as we see that the company is quite successful today. It is a unique way of balancing out structure and autonomy, and a lot of tech companies look for that inspiration in Spotify. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amira. So I'll be taking the case discussion question. So for case 2 is managing without managers. So the first question is who undertakes management in Spotify. So let's see the answer. So first, at Spotify, the company operates under a flat organization structure that distribute management responsibilities across different groups within the organization. The management structure consists of squad, tribes, chapters, and guilds, each playing a role in ensuring productivity and collaboration. So let's say the first one where we call squad, self-managed team, where there's a small self-organized team that work independently on different aspects of Spotify's services. Squads do not have formal managers, but each squad do have a product owner who helps them prioritize tasks and ensure the team stays on work. So that's what squads do. That means they do all the Spotify thing, and but they don't have a formal manager, but they have someone to help them and to guide them to do things. Next, let's see tribes. Tribes is a group of squad where in the squad we have tribes. That means groups in the squad. Okay, a tribe is a collection of squad that works on related tasks. Tribes help facilitate collaborations between different squads but operate with minimal management to maintain autonomy. It means like they have a small team where they have a small group in the squad. Squad is a bit bigger, but tribes is a bit smaller in squad. Okay, let's see the next part. The next is where we have chapters. Chapters is a functional guidance and development where employees who share similar skills like programs, designers are grouped into chapters. Each chapters have a chapter leader to provide guidance, ensure that employees continue to develop their skills and not to be shy and everything. They can have helps and everything. This is one of the few elements of traditional management at Spotify. Next, we have guilds is where interest-based community where it's like a voluntary group that allow employees with a hate interest to collaborate and exchange knowledge across different squad tribes, and they do not have managers or participants. Is informal. This is where it's your own thing. If you feel like, oh, I want to learn something or I want to show my interest and everything, this is the where you can show everything. Okay. Next, let's go to the next question where 1.16, how might Spotify manage poorly performing individuals or teams? Do you think this could be a problem at Spotify? Why or why not? Okay, let's go for the first part where how might Spotify manage poorly performing individuals? First is where self-manage and peer accountability where squad will work together to achieve their goals, and meaning that underperforming employees receive feedback directly from their teammates, and the teammates, if the teammates is not contributing effectively, the rest of the squad will redistribute it and task and provide support to help them improve. That means like you don't have a manager to scold or something, you have like your colleagues to help each other and everything, and they can top up works if you have never done and everything. Next, we go for product owners ensures progress is where while product owners do not have the authority of traditional manager, they help to set their priorities and keep team focused. If like a squad is like underperforming, the product owner may help them or step to ensure the task completed. That means like something where you give like a set of priorities so that they won't like simply take it for granted or something. They will help each other and make sure the priorities is had been achieved. So that's for the second one. Third one is chapters offer skill development is where if an individual lacks of necessary skills to perform well, their chapter lead can help by providing mentorships, training, or guidance. So chapters ensure that employees are continuously improving rather than like just stay there do the same things. That's how they improve the manager's performing individual. Next is where tribes promote collaborations is where if a squad not performing well, the one have like the interest to do the thing, they were going to help, like they can seek help from other squad if their tribe, their the structure allowed team to share expertise and solve problems together. So this is the thing. So let's see the next part where could poor performance be a problem at Spotify? Yes, it could be a challenge. Why? Is because of lack of direct oversight. Because now when there's no manager, you can't like complain. You can't tell, oh, there's this problem happen or something. No, because the lack of treasure management means where poor performance may not immediately address where your colleague or your peer own like make you down and go and complain on something. No, they won't tell the problem. They'll keep it like yourself and solve it by yourself. So it's a lack of direct oversight. And second thing is the risk of misuse where when they give you so much freedoms given to the employee, it can be misused as the relaxed structure offer many opportunities for loopholes in accountability and everything. However, the approach also has been as benefits. Why not? It always it allows employers to be more creative adaptable, which is important for like fast changing technology industry and everything. And the structure encourage a culture of ownerships where teams are motivated to self manage and improve without relying on manager. Okay, and later you can also see flexible solutions. Flexible, so I mean that means like you don't need to like stick to one solution, but you can give also the solution and everything. You can be support through mentorships instead of facing strict disciplinary actions. And the last one where fosters teamwork environment where you have this teamwork instead of relying on a single person. You have a teamwork where you allow collaborative works and everything works in environment and everything. So that's all from me. Thank you. I'll be passing to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Zafin and I will continue the discussion by answering whether or not are there any similarities to traditional management at Spotify. In a first glance, we can say that the management system opted by Spotify is vastly different from the well-known traditional methods. But if we look closer, we can see that there is a similarity that exists between these two management systems. The most prominent similarity is the hierarchy system. In a traditional management system, the hierarchy can usually be defined very clearly, with the top manager being the highest point of power in an organization, and it is followed by a middle manager who oversees the first line manager that is in charge of the team leader. Although not obvious, Spotify implements a similar hierarchy, though it's very relaxed and has a lack of control to it. Spotify operates in squads, which are a small team that are tasked with solving one prominent issue. Inside the squads, there is a product owner who is tasked with ensuring that work is done smoothly within. We can see that the product owner operates the same way a team leader does, which is to ensure that the goals within the team are achieved. Moving up the hierarchy, Spotify has tribes, which are a group of squads which focuses on the same departmental aspect in the company. Although there is no tribe leader, there is however a chapter. Chapters are a group of people who share the same skill sets but are in different squads within one team. We can say that the chapters are reminiscent of middle managers as they are responsible in overseeing the development of the staff members inside the tribe. In conclusion, although Spotify focuses more on independent research and responsibilities within the tribe, it still implements a bit of the traditional hierarchy, though a lot more lax and offers more freedom to the staff. This is important because it shows that there is still a sense of control within the company. Next, we will discuss the last question, which is, do you think that this approach to management will be effective at another company? TikTok is another company that I believe could be effective when using this particular management approach. TikTok's diverse offering makes it an ideal candidate for this type of management. Listed below are some of the offerings that TikTok has, which is first, the For You page, which recommends videos based on user preferences and recent searches. This personalized algorithm enhances users' enjoyment by suggesting content that they are more likely to engage with. Additionally, TikToks offer multiple ways for users to create posts, either by recording directly within the app or using various filters or connecting to CapCut, a video editing application. The platform also includes an AI feature called AI Self, which generates AI enhanced images directly within the app. Finally, TikTok also offers TikTok Shop, which enables easy access to products within nationwide shipping. They have an assortment of products even from international sellers such as China, and is now on equal footing with apps like Shopee and Lazada. TikTok's numerous features could benefit from a specialized management approach similar to Spotify's, where small teams are dedicated to improving specific aspects of the app. By having focus groups tackle individual tasks, TikTok could enhance its efficiency and resolve issues more quickly. This approach would ensure a smoother user experience and prevent technical lag or functionality problems. In conclusion, adopting Spotify's innovative management approach could greatly benefit TikTok by enabling faster problem resolution and more efficient updates. With TikTok's wide range of features, having specialized teams focus on different aspects of the app would streamline operation and ensure a smoother user experience. As competition from other social media platforms intensifies, TikTok must remain agile and responsive to users' needs, and implementing a similar management strategy will allow it to stay ahead of the curve, continuously offering a top-tier experience for its users. With that, we have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and focus throughout this whole video.